first thing to note when it comes to giving your child access to a device or any online service is that you, the parent, are in control. Before you hand over anything at all, make sure you do your research. One of the best things that you can do is set up the device yourself for the child. There are a number of solutions such as Google Family Link, as well as on-device parental controls. If you set the device up correctly from the outset, you can save yourself some serious headaches down the line. Have a chat with your child about why they want the device and explain the responsibility that comes with having a device of their own, access to your device, or any form of online presence. There are so many different apps out there, it's nearly impossible for a parent to vet every single one. Again, having a conversation with your child about what apps and sites they want to use is very worthwhile. It'll give you, the parent, a bit more understanding, but again, enable you to do your research and your homework on the different apps. Ask them to show you how these apps and sites work. Feel free to put them on your own phone. You don't have to go following every Kardashian on Instagram to understand what your kid is into. But being familiar with it means that if a problem arises, you can speak to the child using the correct language and give them some advice. There's no denying that this technology is new and it's a little bit scary, and it can be daunting for all of us if we don't know the proper protocols. But the best thing you can do is put the apps on your phone, figure out things like blocking, reporting, screenshotting, figuring out who you can talk to if something serious crops up. That way then, if it does happen, it's not absolute panic stations. It's really important that your child understands privacy online. Giving your child an account of their own is a big step. You need to ensure things like privacy by default. Certain apps are good at it, certain apps are not good at it. That means that your child's content won't be visible to strangers. Strangers won't be able to add them to their circle or to their friends list, and they won't be able to message them privately as well. So it's very important that you get that message across to your child from the outset. There's no denying that kids are smart when it comes to this sort of stuff. They know how to get around age restrictions and so on. So you, the parent, need to take charge, go through their accounts, not reading every single message, but ensuring that their profiles are set up appropriately for their age, ensuring that they're not talking to strangers, and again, making sure that they get that there is stuff that they can do if something goes wrong. Online gaming is going through a massive surge at the moment. There are esports tournaments that are a true display of skill, stamina and speed with million-euro prize pots, so it's not all bad. But it is worth checking the age rating of the games your child wants to play, whether that's an app they're downloading or a physical copy that they want to buy in the store. Make sure that the content is deemed appropriate. There are other things that you can do to keep your child safe when gaming. Set up parental controls, whether that is around in-app purchases, in-app chats, or private messaging. A lot of teenagers now like to do voice calls as they're playing their games. A lot of the games consoles will offer this feature, but ensure that you, the parent, are aware and in control of who your child is talking to. A very good and very simple tip to instill is to have the games console in a family room rather than a bedroom. So that way then, if you're walking around the house or if you're in the room, you can hear and understand what exactly is going on. Regardless of what platforms your child uses, if they are spending time online, they need to understand the consequences of information sharing. It's a really good idea to set up an online username different to their real name. Don't include things like their year of birth. Try to keep it as anonymous as possible. Try to set up maybe a bit of a family habit whereby every week you talk through what you were doing, whether it's in work, in school, but bring in the online life as well. And don't be afraid to share your online life. If you started using something like Clubhouse, tell your kids about it, ask them about what they're using, have an open dialogue, and make it normalized so that the only conversations you're having with your child are not ones around when things go wrong. Try to keep it so that they understand that they shouldn't accept friend requests from strangers. Try to have it so that they understand that not every text message they get or a friend request has to be responded to. Just normalize the practice of good digital hygiene and behavior like we have in real life.